The dawn. Each one is a present wrapped in sunbeams, a new blank page in the grand book of life. How about thinking about that while the laziness tries to keep you tied to your bed? Marcus Aurelius, that emperor who understood things, saw the morning as a call to action, a shout of let's go, and not an invitation to stretch out your legs in bed. For him, waking up was not an option, but an imperative to supercharge each day. After all, a good night's sleep, far from being a mere luxury, is like a recharge for our soul, a preparation for the deeds of the day ahead. Welcome to Letters to the Stoics. Subscribe, like, and share. Collaborate for our growth and evolution. And don't forget to ring the bell to receive the good news. In this first letter to the Stoics, we will bring to light 10 Stoic secrets, 10 master keys to build habits that, like a mighty river, will lead us to our great ambitions. Remember, my dear, the greatest mountains are climbed step by step, and the greatest transformations spring from small seeds planted daily. Never, and hear this well, never underestimate the power of a well-orchestrated morning. If you've made it this far, it's because the blood runs in your veins, and you have a desire to be the exception, not the rule. Dive right in. Let every word echo in your soul. Is your mind ready for Stoic wisdom? Make yourself comfortable. Settle into your own space for reflection. We are about to embark on an enriching journey, a deep dive into the teachings of a philosophy that stands the test of time. So, without further ado, let's go straight to our first point. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and here we go. 1. Discover Eudaimonia. Discover Eudaimonia, that ancestral Greek secret for productive mornings and a life worth living. Eudaimonia, my friend, is much more than the simple happiness that dictionaries offer us. It is the orchestration of your full potential, the complete melody of your essence. Life, that old friend, gives us a golden chance with every new dawn to move closer to that ideal. Well-focused and productivity-packed mornings are not just good starts. They are the pillars that support a rich and full life. Conversely, mornings that drag on aimlessly, like a boat adrift, can lead us to tasteless days and a life that leaves much to be desired. But after all, what is Eudaimonia? Think of it as your reason for getting out of bed, your lighthouse on the horizon. Greek philosophers like the great Aristotle saw Eudaimonia as the ultimate goal of human existence, achieved through virtue, reason, and self-realization. Your own Eudaimonia might be that dormant passion, a skill you dream of developing, or anything that, for you, gives deep meaning to life. To start this odyssey, ask yourself every morning, what would move me one step closer to my Eudaimonia today? Write down what comes to mind, and choose what vibrates most in your heart. Embarking on the path of Eudaimonia is embracing a life of challenges that temper us, relationships that nourish us, creativity that elevates us, and well-being that embraces us. Give yourself a powerful reason to get out of bed every morning, a goal that feeds your soul and drives you to flourish in your fullness. 2. Prepare your mornings, like a conductor rehearsing their orchestra. Marcus Aurelius already said, all our efforts must have a target, an end point. Otherwise, every act is a shot in the dark. Becoming a morning person is much more than just setting the alarm clock for 5 a.m. Those who master the art of optimizing their mornings have a routine, not only upon waking, but also before falling into the arms of Morpheus. Remember, you don't command your dreams, but you can certainly influence what happens at night for a smoother awakening. Start today. Take a break from TV and your phone before bed. Make a pact with yourself, no screens in bed, and while you're at it, set the stage for the next day. For example, if the gym awaits you, set aside your workout clothes the night before, ready for battle. This way, you save that precious morning energy with everything at hand, like a chef with their spices. Having your sneakers visible in the bedroom is an irresistible invitation not to miss your workout, believe me. And oh, a mind filled with unresolved problems, whether financial, romantic, or professional, doesn't find easy rest. You know that feeling well, don't you? That problem hammering in your head while you try to fall asleep. It is vital to resolve what is within your reach before lying down. For problems that are beyond your control, try the good old deep breath. Inhale slowly, count to 5, exhale slowly. This small ritual, like a calm hug, tells your body there's no danger, releasing tension, calming the heart, and bringing the peace we so seek. By slowing down your mind, you invite restorative sleep, an essential ingredient for a worthwhile awakening. The small sacrifices made at night are, ultimately, the golden keys to making the most of your days. 3. Avoid distractions upon waking. Avoid distractions upon waking, as that consultant, Marcus Aurelius, suggested. Focus on every minute like a Roman, like a real man, fixing on what needs to be done and sending distractions packing. Often, from the moment we open our eyes, we get lost in 1,000 directions, without even knowing where we're going. Distractions, like persistent mosquitoes, are everywhere. Random videos on Facebook, that new episode of your favorite series, news that tightens our hearts, Instagram messages, dishes in the sink, overdue bills. In our modern world, information and mental stimuli sprout like weeds. Early in the morning, distractions lurk. It seems like the entire universe is conspiring against your concentration. Most of the time, they act as a kind of productive procrastination. They seem useful, even necessary, but they don't always need immediate resolution. Learning to recognize and push them away can turn your mornings upside down. It is crucial to remember that the time right after waking is precious, a gateway for you to set your priorities and start the day with purpose. Resisting the temptation to get lost in this sea of distractions is like guarding your most valuable treasure, your energy and focus for what truly matters. My golden tip: start with the basics. Don't fiddle with your phone as soon as you wake up, don't turn on the news, and don't worry about small household tasks. Keep your eyes fixed on your goals for the day. By embracing this discipline, you take the reins of your day from the very first seconds, paving the way for productivity and achievements that will make a difference. Cultivate the regularity of waking up. Cultivate the regularity of waking up, like a gardener tending to their plants. Marcus Aurelius, him again, told us that we must build our lives brick by brick and celebrate every small victory, without letting anything throw us off course. This wisdom is the foundation for becoming a person who wakes up early regularly. Pay attention. Taking the reins of every aspect of your life is the first step to conquering the personal power needed to create or change the habit of waking up early. It is fundamental to cultivate self-discipline. Self-discipline is, in fact, the art of consistency. You need to push yourself to repeat an action until it becomes as natural as breathing. And it is by seeing the fruits of this repetition that motivation is renewed. The first 30 days to solidify a new morning routine are like a crucial battlefield. This period can be divided into 3 10-day phases, each with its own dragons to face. Emotional and mental barriers to maintaining the new habit. The first 10 days are generally the most treacherous. The urge to throw in the towel, especially when it comes to waking up early, can be overwhelming. Thoughts like, "I'm exhausted," "I need more sleep," or the sweet temptation of hitting the snooze button are old acquaintances. It's important to keep in mind that this difficult phase is just a fleeting moment, as transient as a cloud. Then, the second phase emerges, from the 11th to the 20th day, which, although still bringing some discomfort, becomes easier to tame. You begin to familiarize yourself with your new routine and feel, in the flesh, its advantages. Your confidence, that begins to blossom, and you start associating early waking with good things. The third phase is one of true metamorphosis. Your perception transforms from, "I'm not a morning person," to, "I am a morning person." Instead of dreading waking up, you begin to yearn for the start of a new day, because after 20 days, you finally feel the benefits of this habit. This process was designed to tattoo the habit of waking up early onto your identity. Once you see yourself as part of this new lifestyle, acting accordingly becomes a naturally flowing river. Take things lightly, as Marcus Aurelius reminds us. Pay attention to the now and ask yourself why this seems unbearable. Why can't I endure this? If that question grips you, it's likely that our brain, that joker, prefers instant gratification, that short-term reward, over the benefits that show up down the road. That is why 95% of people throw in the towel on their exercise routine within the first 10 days. They don't realize that the initial difficulty of any new habit is a ghost that soon dissipates. Many tell themselves, if it hurts so much, it's not worth it. This mentality, like a magnet, draws us to procrastination, especially when it comes to waking up early. If we miss a morning, we promise ourselves we'll try again next Monday or next month. However, it is crucial to understand that it is our capacity for perseverance that shapes our discipline and strength. Life, that box of surprises, is unpredictable, and we control very few things in it. What we can control is what we do with our days. Each new day is a rough diamond, a chance to become a better version of ourselves. So, if you woke up late today, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself and make the decision to wake up early tomorrow. Remember, each day is a new battle, and we are all capable of fighting for one day. Practice discipline in small things. Marcus Aurelius teaches us that we must discipline ourselves in small things to then, yes, take on bigger flights. If your head hurts, practice not complaining. Don't let out an ouch with every discomfort. You can express your malaise, of course, but don't let it take over your mind, invading every corner of your being. The term discipline comes from the Latin disciplina, which means teaching or instruction. Practicing discipline in small things is like constantly sculpting yourself, forging a mental resilience that will make you unbreakable. A simple example: put the alarm clock away from the bed. This forces you to get up, to put your body in motion, and movement, my dear, generates energy. By getting up to turn off the alarm, you will already be on your feet, which naturally helps ward off sleep. Avoid setting the alarm for later. Think about it. Hitting the snooze button is like saying, I hate waking up in the morning, so I'm going to do it several times. If your alarm is far away, you will have to get out of bed to silence it. And after getting up, stay awake. Don't let your mind convince you to go back under the covers. There is only one way out of the room. Another simple practice, but of immense power, is making your bed every morning. By completing this first task of the day, you feel a small pride, a little push of motivation for other achievements. This reinforces the idea that small things, yes, matter. If you can't handle the trivial, dealing with the grandiose will be quite a challenge. 5. Partner with someone who inspires you. Partner with someone who inspires you. A journey companion to achieve your goal of waking up early. It is essential to join someone who supports you and gives you that boost. This collaboration is crucial because one of the most important skills for achieving our goals is the ability to maintain commitment. Your motivational partner can be a friend, a family member, or a colleague who has already blazed the trail you seek. This person acts as a safe harbor, encouraging you and reminding you of your commitments, especially when your willpower seems to be flagging. The advantage of having someone like this by your side is indescribable, like a treasure. This relationship creates an environment of mutual support, where each feeds off the inspiration and success of the other. This support makes individual challenges, such as waking up early, smoother to face and more rewarding. When choosing your motivational partner, it is important to find someone who understands and shares your goals, and who is ready to support you constructively. This partnership must be built on mutual respect and encouragement, thus strengthening the importance of shared commitment. With this support, you will have a better chance of overcoming difficulties and staying firm in your goal of waking up early. 6. Live every moment as if it were the only one. Live every moment of your life as if it were the only one. Meditate along with Marcus Aurelius, who invites us to reflect on living every moment with the awareness that we can leave this life at any instant. The rule for every action must be thought under this light, he advises. This reflection on death was a common practice among the Stoics. Every morning, set aside a moment to meditate on this reality with the phrase memento mori, which means remember that you will die. This universal truth, whether rich or poor, victorious or not, is inevitable. The purpose of this reminder is not to sow fear or sadness, but rather to inspire, motivate, and bring clarity. This morning meditation will help focus your attention on what truly matters, your internal principles, your home, your money, your reputation. All of this is ephemeral and can be taken from you at any moment. Your character, however, remains inalienable. Our character is what truly defines and guides us in life. It is through our virtues or our flaws that we ascend or fall, and that often is what we build as a legacy. Remembering our mortality anchors us in reality. Think of the question Steve Jobs asked himself every morning. If today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? If the answer is no too often, it's time to take the leap and change something, and quickly. Don't let the opportunity to live your life to the fullest slip through your fingers, trapped in activities you detest. It is not death we should fear, but rather never beginning to truly live. 7. Prepare to meet ungrateful people today. Prepare to meet ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, envious, and flattering people today. Practicing negative visualization. Marcus Aurelius reminds us every morning that we will encounter people we do not like. The Stoics advocate seeing the world as it is, without veils, instead of dreaming of a perfect society. Negative visualization involves lowering your expectations a bit and being more realistic with yourself. What are the unfavorable scenarios that might appear on your screen? How would you deal with them? This approach is like preparing for the worst, putting you in an advantageous position to manage possible difficulties. Let's take work as an example. If you anticipate that your boss might be a tough nut to crack, you will be more prepared to deal with his manner. If, on the other hand, he turns out to be an angel, it will be a pleasant surprise. But in any case, you will keep your calm, because you will be ready. Now, imagine you have a crucial meeting with a client to close a big deal, visualizing in advance possible problems, such as tricky questions or a client full of evasions. 8. Prepare mentally to maintain serenity. Prepare mentally to maintain serenity and control of your emotions, thus increasing your chances of success. By anticipating difficulties, you diminish the fear and anxiety associated with these situations and prepare mentally to face them head-on, should they arise. The thoughts. Incessantly seek positive, calm, and serene thoughts. Remember that what happens outside of you is not under your control, but the way you react is. Thus taught Epictetus, it is not what happens to us that disturbs us, but what we think about what happens to us. When you understand this, you discover an inner freedom that nothing can take away. Serenity is born from mastery over oneself, not from the absence of challenges. Cultivate reason as your guide, and not momentary passions. When fear arises, face it as a master, not as an enemy. When anger flares up, see in it an opportunity to practice patience. By practicing internal control daily, you will become unshakable in the face of external storms. And finally, you will understand that true victory is remaining in peace, even when the world around is restless. Pray and watch your thoughts. 9. True Stoic wisdom extends to charity. True Stoic wisdom is not limited to self-mastery. It extends to the way we treat the world and the people around us. To live according to reason is to recognize that we are part of the same human family. And from this awareness, charity is born, not as a religious duty, but as an act of virtue. Moral charity is the silent gesture of understanding the other, even when they make mistakes. It is patience in the face of human flaws, the kindness that springs from inner strength. The Stoic does not judge harshly, but seeks to help with serenity. They know that we are all learning, stumbling, and trying to improve. Material charity, on the other hand, is the practical continuation of the same spirit. To give not out of vanity, but out of wisdom. To share what we have because we understand that nothing is only ours. Everything we possess is a loan from life, and the good that is shared is the only good that grows. Seneca reminds us that no benefit is true if it does not also help the other. Thus, charity and stoicism unite in a single virtue, living for the common good. The sage does not accumulate riches, they accumulate acts of kindness. They do not seek recognition, they seek harmony with universal reason. To help, to understand, to forgive, these are acts of spiritual greatness. For serving others is, in truth, serving humanity itself. And one who lives this way finds the peace that no material goods can offer. 10. Practice gratitude. In our last reference to Marcus Aurelius, he brings us the word gratitude. I am grateful to the gods for having good grandparents, good parents, a good sister, good teachers, good companions, good kinsmen and friends, almost everything good. Marcus Aurelius, with a humility and honesty that touches the soul, acknowledges the importance of those who helped shape his values and ethics. He shows us the importance of being grateful to those who contributed to molding who we are. We can embrace this practice by keeping a gratitude journal. Keeping a gratitude journal is a simple process, but one of immense power. Gratitude should not be limited to the great things in life. Start by appreciating what seems small, recognizing that nothing is too insignificant to be valued. Appreciate each day. Write down 3 to 5 things you are grateful for. This can range from a difficult day at work that was compensated by the comfort of your family or your pet, to simply gratitude for being alive. Practicing gratitude before bed not only contributes to better quality sleep, but also prepares you to wake up the next day with a positive perspective. Remember, your first thought in the morning is often an echo of your last thought before sleeping. If you fall asleep with positive and grateful thoughts, you will wake up with the same energy. Therefore, every night, choose to sow a positive expectation for the day to come. Be grateful, forgive yourself for the day's slips, and commit to giving your best tomorrow. Remember, things don't change, we do. Although this video is the first letter of many, dive into this philosophy that enriches the soul and life. Let's lift our heads in the face of the problems life brings us, resolving them with strength, determination, and wisdom. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave your like and subscribe to the channel if you found this content useful. We will have new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. Activate and mark the bell to receive new letters addressed to you. See you next time. This is a preview of this voice to guide you in choosing the best voice for your project.